In today's video, I'm going to be doing a monthly reset. We'll be planning, cleaning, and decluttering. So get ready for a jam-packed video with loads of motivation, inspiration, and I hope you learn a few tricks along the way. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I appreciate you being here. If you are new, please subscribe. I post new videos every Tuesday and Friday. I'd start off by sitting down and taking you through some of my planning process for the upcoming month. We are a couple days into February, so I have already done majority of this planning. I am going to do my meal planning here with you because it is the weekend and it's going to be the first full week of February coming up. It will be, as soon as this is posted, already be within the first week of February, but I always do that for the upcoming month. In this binder that I have, it's just a plain binder. And then we just print out each month and then fill in the month for our meal plan. I did put one thing that we had yesterday on there, and then we also keep last year's, so then I can go back and see what we had last year, so I don't have to keep racking my brain as to what to put for dinner, because you know that is the hardest part, and my husband and I do not like going through every single week doing a meal plan weekly. We found that to be very challenging because we'd be sitting there like on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, whichever day we were going to be doing our grocery shopping. We always do that on the weekends. That works out best for us. And saying, okay, what are we going to have for dinner this week? And it would take us so long to plan it out and think about it. So about 2 years ago, we decided let's just do a monthly plan instead. That is so much less time consuming. You just sit down for a couple minutes one time right before the month starts or at the beginning of the month, write down everything you're gonna have for the month, and then you don't have to think about it throughout the month. And we always keep this flexible in case things come up, because you know, things always change. There's appointments or plans that get added last minute, or we have a 2-year-old son, he might get sick and things may just have to get adjusted. So we do keep this pretty flexible as well. It never goes exactly according to plan, which is totally fine. Some months work out that way where we do every single day what we planned, but I never hold too tightly to it, so that's just one of my recommendations. Make a plan, and if it doesn't go exactly according to plan, that is okay. That's how life goes. So don't get too stressed out about that. So I always put on the back of the month that I'm working on, kind of like a brain dump of all the meals that I think we might want to have. So that's where I like to start. So we're in the month of February. I'm gonna do my brain dump on the back of the page, and then I'll plan out each day. So the way that I do it for the month as a total is Monday is usually a meatless Monday. I usually try to do something that has no meat at all. It's just maybe like a pasta and veggies, or a lot of times we like to do quiche where we throw a bunch of spinach in there. It's a day to really increase and boost our vegetables and do no meat at all. Tuesdays end up being like a Taco Tuesday, so we'll do Mexican a lot of times, tacos, quesadillas, fajitas, something along those lines. Originally Wednesdays was like my bigger meal kind of day. Something like a big crock pot meal, a roast, a lasagna. So then Thursday, Friday, I'll have those days to eat that for lunch so that I'm not wasting as much. But recently, my husband's not been home a lot of times on Wednesdays because of his work. He's had activities after that he's had to do. So Wednesdays has been a leftover night for us. I always try to put a leftover night in there as well. So either Wednesday or Thursday ends up being a leftover night, just so I can make sure we're not wasting food and then we have enough time to eat. It's really just my husband and I that are eating majority of the food. I have a 2-year-old son. We do put all of the foods on his plate, trying to get him used to it. But you know how 2-year-olds are. They're very picky. He does not eat anything that is green. He's really not into meat at all. So it gets pretty challenging on what we're feeding him. So we always have kind of like a backup. He's really great with his fruit. He likes carrots, only a handful of vegetables he'll actually eat. And I do make him a smoothie every single day where I put spinach in it, so I know that he is getting that. And then, so Wednesday or Thursday will be a leftover night. And then if I am doing my leftover night on Wednesday, Thursday I'll do something kind of bigger, so then on Friday and Saturday we can eat that leftovers for lunch. Friday we usually leave open. It's kind of more like a pizza night, so sometimes we'll order takeout for pizza, and other times we'll make our own pizzas from home. We really like making calzones, which I will do a video showing you how to do that because it's so easy and such a great thing to have on hand. You can get the dough right from the grocery store and then throw it right in your freezer if you want to have kind of a backup meal throughout the week as well. Sometimes we just put doughs in our freezer and then we can take them out and use them whenever we think for the week we might want to like do a pizza or a calzone. And you can do any kind of toppings that you like, which is the great part about it. Saturdays and Sundays we kind of sometimes leave a little bit open because there's more events. You got birthday parties, cookouts, whatever is going on Saturday and Sunday, so we're not always home on Saturday and Sundays for dinner. So sometimes we'll just kind of leave those open, and then sometimes I do like to put in kind of on Sundays, especially over the fall. We try to be home a lot on Sundays because football season. My husband is a very big football fan. He likes to be home to watch them, and I'll make a bigger meal. So I'll make a lasagna or a roast or a big soup or something that we can enjoy as a family on Sunday. So that's kind of my thought process as I'm planning this out. So right now I will just do my brain dump and put a little music on for you and a voiceover, plan out my month, and hopefully this gives you a lot of motivation and inspiration to be doing the same thing for you and your family. I just took a couple minutes. I made my meal plan for the week or the month. So for this month, the month of February, I decided to do meatless Monday. So for the choices for meatless Monday, I'm doing a butternut squash pasta, sweet potato pancakes, Cobb salad. Then Tuesdays is going to be like a Taco Tuesday. So I've got quesadillas, tacos, chicken fajitas. Wednesday, I'm doing like a bigger meal. So we're gonna do like a pasta with a meat sauce, a roast, and then like kielbasa sheet pan. And I always like to do like a chicken, rice, and veggies to try to boost our veggies as well. Thursdays, I'm gonna leave as our leftover night. Fridays will be a pizza night. Then I just leave Saturdays and Sundays open. And then depending on what we have for the weekend, we'll decide what to do from there. So there's my whole month meal plan. My husband will be very excited to see that it's done. The next thing that I wanted to show you was my calendar. I always get a desk calendar every single year. I do have a desk in our office that I work at every single day. I work from home full time. So I get a desk calendar for everything that I need it for. Sometimes I put work things on here, not very often because I have my calendar on my email for work, so that is where all my meetings and whatnot is. So most of the time I just use this. I like to get a calendar that has this kind of binding that you can just flip the previous month around it, so then I can keep the month ahead. So then if I want to, I can look back. I can make myself notes, things that I had for goals, progress that I made, anything like that, or any plans that we had, events. I can like look back and see how the previous month went. And then just keep it. I do like to keep it. I have tried to get one of those like agenda type calendars where you can like throw it in your purse and carry it with you. That I end up never looking at. I'll fill it out once in a while, but then I never go back to it. It just doesn't work for me. I need something that's like a full month right in front of my face at all times, where if something comes to my head, I can just jot a note down, or I can start planning for the month ahead or anything like that. I find that to work best for me. So we're in February. I wrote down all my plans for videos that I'm going to be posting over the month. If you are new here, I post a new video every Tuesday and Friday. Majority of my content is cleaning, and I love to do homemaking videos. So hopefully this is super helpful for you to do some monthly planning for yourself. I know it's very helpful for me, and I'm kind of like a free spirit type of person where I kind of like to just go where the wind takes me. Planning takes a little bit more effort for me. I do enjoy it once it is done, but to sit down, I like have to be in the mood to do it, which like right now at this moment, I am in the mood to sit down and plan, which is really great. So I figured that's why I'd sit down and talk you through it, because it's not always the case for me. Sometimes I'm like dreading it and just like procrastinate and keep pushing it off because I'm like, whatever, we could just like do whatever. But I know like for our family as a whole, that really doesn't work to do that, where if it was just me in my previous single life many years ago, that was fine. It was just me, so it didn't really matter. But this works out really well, and especially with like posting videos, this has been super helpful for me to have it all written down, planned out, and ready to go. So just like our meals, plan it out for the month. I plan my month ahead, try to get things organized, just keep me as organized as possible. So I figured I'd just share this with you. Hopefully this gives you some ideas, motivation, and inspiration, or if you are kind of stuck in a rut and not knowing where to go, hopefully this will be some good, useful tools for you to use to make yourself a monthly plan that isn't too hard, that only takes a couple minutes, and really helps set you up for a successful month ahead. And then with this calendar as well, I can look back and see where I was at, what goals I had for myself, where I can improve. So sometimes I might want to add like my fitness goals, that type of thing, or if I have goals for my son, like my goals for him this month, I really want to help him start working on more puzzles and his communication skills. He's saying some words, but not as many as I'd like for him to say. I know that's gonna come. He just turned 2, but I think us talking him through and showing him is really gonna help him. So that's one of my goals for him this month. And also with his night routine, I feel like we could ramp that up a little bit better this month. We have a pretty good night routine. If you are a new mom and looking for something, we used a book. It was called Moms on Call. Super helpful, helps you get them in a routine from basically day one, and we use that as our Bible. It lived here on the counter for the entire first year of his life, and we lived and breathed by that book. And my husband and I always said, did the book say it? If it's in it, we didn't do it. If it did, then we did it. And it worked out really well for us. If you were that type of person, I highly recommend that book. But now he is 2. He's kind of transitioning a little bit. We do a lot of the same things that we did originally, but I feel like we kind of need to be ramping up his brain activity and getting him to do positive, motivating, brain stimulating, but also relaxing activities. So puzzles, reading books. He really likes music, so maybe doing some more of that type of stuff for his night routine is kind of some of my goals for him as well. So I hope you enjoyed this and got a lot of inspiration from it. So we just went through and made our monthly calendars, which is so beneficial to set up to give yourself a successful month ahead, and also to look back on and reflect on the previous month. So I hope you do take the time to do all of that. Next on my list for a monthly reset, I like to do some cleaning tasks. These cleaning tasks are kind of bigger cleaning tasks that I have on my list. I may touch on them a few times throughout the month, which you'll see in previous videos, but for myself, I go through and kind of think, okay, these certain areas I want to make sure I'm touching and cleaning at the beginning of the month so I know for sure they are done. The first thing is the dishwasher. I need to run a cleaning load through the dishwasher. I just use vinegar in a dishwasher safe container. Super easy to do, but something that we can easily forget as well. I'll also clean out the filter. I did just run a load, so there's clean dishes in here. So I'll put myself on recording and unload that so you can watch me do all of that as well and get that all run and clean. I also need to clean the oven. I do this a few times throughout the month. It's really not a big deal, but there is a big spill in there, so I want to make sure I take care of that, and I always make sure I take care of it when there's holidays or parties and I know that there's going to be people here using the oven. I take the time to clean it as well. I also need to do the sliding glass door. I have a dog and a 2-year-old. They touch the door all the time, standing there looking out, especially right now with all the beautiful snow that we have. We live in Massachusetts, so that needs to be cleaned desperately. And I'm also going to do the baseboards. That's something that is kind of out of sight, out of mind. Like, they're there, you see it, but you don't really like focus in on how dirty and gross and dusty they get. So I want to make sure that those get done as well. So those are the cleaning tasks that I'm going to take care of right now. And then I am going to clean the pantry because it is a mess and I need to set us up for a successful, good month ahead. I am going to use the vinegar to deep clean the dishwasher. Just put it in a dishwasher safe cup or glass, whatever you have, and then you just stick it right in the dishwasher and run a load, and this gets it all nice and clean. I do the same thing for our microwave as well. Vinegar comes in very handy. I also clean all of our fruits and vegetables with vinegar as well. There is a filter at the bottom of your dishwasher way in the back. This should be taken out periodically and cleaned. Mine wasn't very bad at all. We do really well with keeping up with cleaning this, but it does get dusty and the filter catches a lot of grime and stuff that while your dishwasher is cleaning, so take the time to clean this out. If you were unaware, do not feel bad. I was in the same boat until my husband taught me that I was supposed to do this. I literally had no idea. So if I am just teaching you this right now, go ahead, take the time and clean your dishwasher. Now I am just using a cleaning spray to clean the inside of the door. The there's like a part on the outer side of the door that kind of holds a lot of dust and dirt. So I like to make sure that I wipe all of this down before I run a cleaning load. Now I'm just using a stainless steel cleaner to clean the outside of the dishwasher. This gets very dirty, especially with my 2-year-old son. He loves to help me unload the dishwasher. His favorite part is closing the door once it's all done. So there's all little fingerprints and hand marks all over this. So I figured while I was cleaning it, I'll clean the outside as well. Since I have the stainless steel cleaner out, I figured I would get the refrigerator done as well. Leave a comment down below. What is your favorite part of starting a new month? I was trying to get a visual of how dirty this sliding door is. That's basically all from my dog, some from my son, but it desperately needs to be cleaned quite often. Since it's the beginning of the month, I definitely wanted to make sure I got it done now while I was going through a monthly checklist. What do you have on your monthly checklist? Leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear what type of things you like to make sure you get done at the start of a new month. I thought my camera was angled down a little bit more and you could see more of what I was doing, but I'm just taking care of the inside of where the door slides. It just holds a ton of dirt, and my dog is a black lab, so her hair is everywhere. There was a bunch of it in there as well. And then I was just cleaning right outside the door where it's kind of hard to get the vacuum, so I just make sure to get in there and dust as well. Now I'm going to work on the baseboards. I didn't show you every baseboard that I cleaned, just a few here and there, but I did the entire house baseboards right now. Now I'm just quickly going to clean out the inside of the oven. There was a big spill on the door and in the bottom of the oven, so this needed to be cleaned out pretty well. I did use the pink stuff to do this, and then after I scrubbed down with the pink stuff, I went in with the Dawn Power Wash to make sure that it was all nice and cleaned out. I'm just using a wet rag to get up all of the pink stuff. I'm just using the Dawn Power Wash to clean it all out a little bit more. I felt like the pink stuff was leaving kind of a film on this time, so I wanted to make sure I got that all nice and cleaned up. Now moving to cleaning out the pantry and decluttering. This had gotten quite messy. There was a bunch of things I knew I needed to reorganize and also things in there that needed to be taken out. There were empty boxes for whatever reason and some boxes that could be put into the containers. So I'm going to quickly go through this. It didn't take me too much time since I do keep up with this. It makes it a lot easier. If you are looking for a in-depth video of my pantry, I do have a video solely on my pantry on my channel that I put up earlier in the fall. After you finish this video, you want to go check that out. I'm just quickly going through, looking at expiration dates, looking at all the bins to make sure nothing had fallen out. If there was any like peanuts or trail mix type things, that sometimes ends up at the bottom of the basket. So I like to take that out, see if anything's been open too long and it's expired, get rid of that. At the beginning of the month is always a really great time to make sure you're getting all this stuff taken care of, decluttered and cleaned up. This is my dog. Her name is Millie. She knows that her treats are in here, so she's sitting here hoping that I'm gonna give her a treat. Leave this video a like to say hi to Millie. Here's a quick overview of the pantry. I've got baking goods over there, some box things, extra applesauce, quinoa, some pasta, canned goods, crackers, cereal. There's some puddings in here, peanut butter. These are extras like dressings, barbecue sauce, that kind of stuff. Here is like a trail mix thing. I've got nuts, seeds, M&Ms, and then we just keep our tortillas here. Then I have some snacks. We have wheat thins, veggie straws, goldfish, and a couple Oreos left. These are some fruit. I always keep my blender here. There's just no other good place. We use it every single day. This is easy grab and go, and our pantry has this weird jet out, so it just works. Then I keep some grab and go snacks. So there's lots of bars, some muffins, and popcorn. Then we have oats. Behind here is some like beef jerky. Our rice we keep in that container, and dog treats we keep in these. Then at the bottom, that's our dog's food, chips, and extras in here. I'm not sure why we have apple cider there, but it was in there, so I'll just leave it there for now. And then in this container, we keep extras of like our plastic bags, parchment paper, and all of our dog treats are in there as well. And there's some bigger things of nuts. And then this is just extra stuff. Not really sure why it's here either, but I would just leave it there for now. So that is just a quick overview of my nice cleaned out pantry for the month. Okay, so the next thing on my list for my monthly reset is going through our clothes. I just like to declutter and see if there's anything throughout the month I know for sure I needed to get rid of or just declutter out of our closets, especially my son. He is finally starting to grow. He honestly didn't grow for like a year. He was in the same size from his first birthday till almost his second birthday. I did do a pretty big declutter a couple months back. If you want to watch that video, I don't remember what it's called. But I do know there's some things in his closet and his drawers that I left in there just in case, and they definitely don't fit him at all. His pants he started growing out of, he has shorter legs and a longer torso, so his sizing's a little wonky. And he got some new clothes for Christmas and his birthday. So I'm going to take the time now and just declutter a few things, clean up some things, especially his closet. It is a mess, so let's dive into that now. All of these bags that you see on the floor have been sitting there for months now. They have probably 6 months to 9 months, 12 months, and a couple 18 months clothes all in this bag. I just haven't gotten around to bringing them to be donated. We do have a lot of friends who have babies that are younger than him, so we give all of our clothes to them once he's outgrown them. So I am going to take the opportunity today to get them out of his room to make sure we can get them over to our friends so that they can be utilized. I have gotten a lot of his clothes as hand-me-downs as well, which is why I have a lot of these like store bags, and it's a great thing to keep on hand. I always keep them in the corner of his closet so then when I declutter, I can just use these bags as a quick place to put the clothes that no longer fit him. The middle drawer is pretty empty right now, but I do have a basket full of clothes that needed to get folded for him and fill up all those spaces. This is going to wrap up this monthly reset video. Thank you so much for being here, for taking the time and watching this video. I hope you got motivation and a little few tips and tricks along the way. I appreciate you so much for being here. I appreciate if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much. If you are new, please subscribe. I post new videos every Tuesday and Friday.